If you didn't see my rant video, I would encourage you to go take a look at this video because it was out of frustration trying to get work moving using SwarmForge. Now, for those who are not aware of SwarmForge, I've already dropped a few videos on it. It's another set of agents, different approach than OpenClaw, than Hermes, than some of the other agents. I'm really test driving, and it's kind of a new one, less than 6 months old, I guess. Um, Open source project brought to you by Uncle Bob Martin. That's right, Mr. Clean Everything, Bob Martin, in addition to one of the original signers of the Manifesto for Agile Software Development. I think that's what it's called. Hold on. Yeah, that's right. It's back here on my whiteboard. Manifesto for Agile Software Development. So, anyhow, I am about to just let the swarm, my architect, my coder, and my reviewer do some work. And effectively, what you're going to watch, and I'm going to minimize the amount of talking that I'm doing on this, is how they communicate using tmux amongst themselves. And by the way, I've done quite a bit of direction on how I want the work to get performed because this is Qwen3 Coder running locally through Ollama. It's not, an API out to a cloud-based model. This is all running local on my System76 laptop, which is the reason why I've got all this stuff up here, and also the Ollama journal running, because I want to see where the communication is going, in addition to watching columns here in the chat. So architect, coder, and reviewer. So what I'm going to do is really kick off this cycle. I've asked the architect to already do the plan. So architect's going to send the brief over, and then subsequently it's going to be moving, the work is going to be moving back and forth amongst the agents. And so here we go. And I'm going to mute myself and probably go do something. Can't go off camera. It's a little weird the way Camtasia works. Anyway, send the brief. Oh, sent? Right. I'm just over 15 minutes into the recording, and as you can see, sometimes this gets a bit painful. There's a lot of supervision that occurs when you're supervising, providing guidance. So a little bit of background on this repo. This is a, a open claw agent project that I've been working on for a few months. And I've kind of intentionally not focused on it, but I thought it would be a really nice target to put another set of agents to work on. So this is definitely a work in progress. I've actually got a roadmap for all of the things that I would like to get done. There is on my GitHub instance, GitHub slash Tim-Dickey. There's a copy, not of this repo, but of a different OpenClaw repo that you can download and work on for yourself. Feel free to fork it. Again, it's not fully built out. The one that you're looking at actually has more agents and a lot more orchestration built into it. The other one that's out there is fairly lightweight, we consider, versus this one. So, yeah, I just want to bring your attention that this is, the bulk of this is being held in system RAM. You can see that between that context window limit of 64,000 tokens, this is a pretty quick, you know, set of agents running. It's not slow. It's not cloud speed by any stretch of the imagination for running locally on, an open weight, open source model. It's pretty good. See how I'm having them fix their own behavior? I would rather them be chatty with each other than to be waiting on each other. So, a little bit of my thinking on this as a consultant, I oftentimes work as a scrum master and occasionally work as a product owner. And so, if you're not familiar with those accountabilities, I would encourage you to go look at scrum.org and the Scrum Guide to be able to understand where my thinking is. I'm big on autonomy, mastery, and purpose, even for agents. I'm not going to treat them the same way as human beings by any stretch of the imagination, but I am applying some of the same principles that I coach to professionally, um, because I just want work to get done. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be like great. Perfect is actually the enemy of excellence. I would rather have excellence more frequently than a one-off or a unicorn level of perfection. Not what I'm targeting. Code is ephemeral. Code will be rewritten several times over within anywhere from 2 to 5 years of when it's originally crafted. So, in a sense, with generative AI, the way it works, all this could be rewritten fairly quickly. And that's the reason why I'm actually doing these demos, is because I want to show the power of how this gets done with local models and agents as well, in strong opinions, as well as my professional experience kind of being on display, saying, hey, fix the communication issue amongst yourselves. I did not elevate the architect to be superior to the coder or the reviewer. I think that happened naturally because I just directly communicated with the architect. I'll probably need to put some sort of guidance in to say, all three of you are peers and I'm the product owner in this particular case. We'll see. More experimentation and adaptation. On this note, it looks like things are actually progressing, and I am going to allow the agents to do their work relatively autonomously. And I'm going to call this video done, because it showed everything that I had hoped it would. As you can see, there's still a lot more activity going on the screen, with the reviewer being idle, but that's understood, and the same with the architect. And so on this note, I'm going to say thank you for watching. I know this was a bit boring. I got some feedback from a comment that said I'm doing too much talking on my videos, and so this is a bit of a change for me, just kind of watching all this progress. And by the way, this is my first foray, seeing all of this work outside of what I initially set up when I was running GitHub Copilot and burned through all of my tokens for the month. So take care. You've just finished another episode of Tim Unscripted and demo episode. I probably need to put together a playlist for all these. See you on the next one.